Welcome back to Rituals and Conversation, the podcast where we explore the daily practices and deep inner work that shape meaningful lives. I'm thrilled to introduce today's guest, Alexandra, also known online as Meditate with Alex, where she bridges meditation, sound healing, and ritual with everyday life to help people learn, connect, and transform. Her work is rooted in mindfulness practical and accessible to all, from guided meditation to intentional ceremonies and community practices that invite calm, clarity, and deeper presence. Today, we're unpacking the rituals that anchor her own rhythm, how she uses sound and awareness to shift states, and what listeners can try tomorrow to bring more balance into their lives. Alex, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So let's
Thank you. Yeah.
right into it. What does sound do for the body that words sometimes can't?
I think you probably experienced this before. You hear a sound, a song come on the radio, and you immediately shift your frequency. From maybe being in a bad mood, you go into being happy, being excited, whatever song it is, right? So sound does so much for us that words can. But I think it's very important to think about sound holistically because also our words matter. And it starts with how you speak to yourself. So I
That's
think,
so true.
if you work with sound mindfully, your whole life can become a meditation. Being aware of how you speak to yourself and what that does to you, to the sounds you take in from the news you listen to the people and environments you surround yourself with, to the meditations you listen to.
Yeah, right.
And the more aware you are of that, the more purposefully you choose those vibrations, the more you take back your power. Because it's all a choice, right? Or a lot of it is a choice.
Yeah. Every word, everything that comes out from us, or what we read and what we take in, is a choice. That's so true. That's really powerful. I haven't thought of it like this, but that was really something which is very, very powerful. See, someone who is curious but unsure, what's the first step to experience what you offer?
I do have some meditations on Instagram that you can listen to. And I
Okay.
will start with the resonance challenge, meditation challenge into the new year. So
Oh,
if
wow.
you're interested to try that, yeah.
And that begins in the start of the
First
new
of
year, so
January,
they have to they have to sign up for it.
they'd have to sign up for it.
Okay. And what is this meditation?
It's actually different kinds of meditations to explore how you can meditate, but mainly centered around mantras, because that's a very powerful form of meditation. It includes words. It's
Yeah.
one word that you repeat. And if you repeat that word, it's like planting a seed, an intention in your subconscious. So you can work with a topic that is important for you right now and do that over 21 days and see how your life changes.
That's powerful. That's very powerful. I'll share that and I'll see if I can also join in this. It sounds really incredible. What a great way to start the year. So women's circles can be very transformative. What change do you see most often in women who join them?
That's a very big question because there's so much that happens in women's circles. And we've been doing them here where I live in Surse for 6 years now. And it's like a steady anchor for all of us. We come together every month and it's just a place where you can really be seen with your truth, be heard, be helped by other women, recharge. And there's one specific ritual that I would like to mention, which is also a woman's circle, and it's a mother's blessing, a ritual that we do, and that originally comes from the Navajo tribe. And we just adapted it to our culture. And that's where we honor the mama to be and her body, the whole process of the creation of life that is so magical. And when we come together as women and share our stories and support these women, it's just so healing. It's always very emotional. And for all of us, it's healing, not just for the woman that is pregnant, but it's just something that is not done regularly in our society. And it's very, very powerful. So that's my my favorite woman circle. It's the mother blessing.
That sounds really, really powerful. What a way, like you're just holding each other for the creation of a new life into this world.
Yeah, and pregnant women are especially vulnerable. They're in need of support, and they have to be so strong in our society always. Go back to work immediately, basically, and all these things, that are standard in our society. And there's just another way to do it
Yeah. Yeah. With
when we support each
all the
other,
sisters
right?
holding her through it.
Exactly, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
really beautiful. It's given me goosebumps. That's why I'm just taking a moment to take it in because it sounds so powerful, very, very powerful. And like what you said, just being heard and being held, which is so beautiful. And everyone's over there. That's really magical. So, do you have a morning and night ritual that helps you start and release the day that you could share with us?
Yes, so I have lots of rituals. I think like our whole life is a ritual, right? It really depends how you live your life, if you do it intentionally. My go-to ritual in the morning is also silent mantras. So the challenge that I will be doing in January, that's my main practice. And then I use a mantra for several weeks or months, whatever, comes to me.
Yeah.
That supports me over a period of time. And then I have a dog. So my dog walks are also a big part of my day, connection to nature. That's where I recharge, where I also have a lot of ideas and inspiration. They come to me very easily in nature. And then what is important too is setting an intention for the day. So that's how I structure my meditation with the mantra and intention for the day. And then in the evening, I reconnect with that and reflect on the day.
That's a very mindful day, beginning, ending, and throughout the day.
Yes, I think intention, that's also a frequency, it's a vibration, right? It's very powerful to do that regularly.
Yeah,
I
because
also
it,
do that for every session I do, like
yeah,
for all the work that I do with clients or ceremonies. It's very important to have a clear goal, an intention
a
for
daily
everything.
goal. You have your task list, and then you can set an intention to do it.
And also how you want to feel about it and how you want the people to feel about it, with everything that you do. It's very powerful. It makes a difference.
Alex, that is really beautiful because you're the first podcast that I'm doing for the day, and I'm going to take back so much from this. It's a
I'm very happy
great
to hear that.
reminder for me of how I want to set the tone for the rest of the day. And that's given me a lot today. And I hope it's given a lot to the listeners as well. I wanted to ask if you would share some of your sound bowl practice with us so
I'd
we
love
can
to do
give
that because
them
this is
an
like
experience.
when I work from home, I do regular check-ins and then I work with my singing bowls. Also when I have like questions or when I'm looking for answers or inspiration, and they're very, very powerful. So I always have a bowl out so I can use them throughout the day when I need a check-in. And when I want to just have a break. And this is the one I have out right now. It's working with our heart chakra and it's a Lemurian seed platinum. So they all have unique elements and it's a very powerful bowl. So I invite you to get comfortable and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Then just feel the connection to your chair, soles on the ground, soles of your feet on the ground. And then just another deep breath in. And slowly come back to the
Wow.
room. Open your eyes.
Thank you so much. That was really very calming, very gentle, and very, very nourishing.
Those crystal alchemy balls are very gentle. They
Mm.
work on very subtle levels and they calm our nervous system and help us access deeper brainwave states where we can relax very deeply, recharged. And, it's also where we feel, where sensations, emotions, also images or situations come up that need to be released. And it
Yeah.
just happens. You don't have to think, you just relax and, they do their magic.
Yeah, no, that was really powerful. Thank you so much, Alex. Thank you for sharing your practice. Thank you for also sharing the soundboard. It was really powerful.